Hey guys, my name's Alexia and welcome to my May reading wrap up. I read 28 books in the month of May, so let's go through them. I am going to skip over a couple because I did read them for school. Starting out, I read When in Rome. I rated this one 4 stars. I liked it. I mean, it was just a good, quick, classic rom-com. It follows Amelia, who is a pop star. She wants to have a break before she goes on tour, so she wants to go to Rome because Roman Holiday is her favorite movie. But instead of going to Rome, she goes to a town called Rome in Kentucky. Her car breaks down in front of Noah's house. He says that she can stay with him while her car is getting work done. It's a cute small town romance, obviously forced proximity. I mean, it was good. I am excited to continue this series. If you like Gilmore Girls, I would definitely recommend picking this one up. The next book that I read was Funny Story by Emily Henry. This follows Daphne and Miles. They decide to become roommates after the people they're dating leave them and get together. When this starts, both of their exes are now engaged to be married. Send them an invite to the wedding. They decide to pretend to be dating to try to make them jealous. And she's trying to decide if she still wants to live in this town or if she was just living there because that's what her ex wanted to do. So she's trying to figure out what she wants her life to look like. And I really liked this. I loved the characters. Anyways, I really liked the characters and the story was super cute. This is one of my favorite Emily Henry books. She ate with this one. She ate with it. I rated Funny Story 4.5. Then I read Fable for the End of the World. I rated this one 4 stars. I like this one. It's set in a dystopian world where everyone collects debt. When you have a certain amount owed to the government, you have to compete in a gauntlet, and you can either compete yourself or have someone else do it for you, but the other person doesn't have to consent to be in it. You can just throw them in there and hey, good luck with it. Like, it's kind of horrible. And the main girl's mother collects a lot of debt and decides to choose her daughter to send into it. Hey girl, you're horrible! So she gets sent into it, and the angel who is sent in there to compete, 99.9% of the time the angel wins, but who knows, maybe she'll have a fighting chance. It's crazy. There's some romance. The world is honestly very interesting. I think it's a standalone, but I don't know how it's a standalone with that ending. Ava girl, Ava Reed girl, I love you dear. You need to have another book out. You need to do one because what was that ending? I think it's maybe kind of like a open ending or like, oh, guess what you think will happen after this? No, tell me. Get back in there. Get out the paper and pen and start writing, girl. Anyways, love you, Ava Reed. Okay, and the next book that I read was In the Weeds by B.K. Borison. I read First Time Caller last month, loved it. So then I started this series. Yes, I started with the second book in the series because it's a spring book and it is spring while I was reading it. So yeah, I'm gonna read them by season. And what about it? They're interconnected standalone, so I think it's not that deep. And I liked it. It was very similar to When in Rome. She's a social media influencer and she goes to this town to find her happiness. She stays with him, forced proximity, things are going down. But the difference is that they spend a couple nights together some time ago. So there's some angst, there's some feelings, there's some things going on. And I really liked it. I rated it 4 stars and I'm excited to continue the series. The next book that I read was This Poison Heart. I liked it. This is a urban fantasy, which I normally don't like. There's lots of pop culture references, so that kind of made me be a little upset, but it's okay. The story was really good. It follows Bree, who has the power to grow plants even by being near them, and she doesn't really know why she has it. She receives a letter that her aunt has passed away and left her an estate in her will. So her and her mom decide to go there to try to find anything out about her family's history and why she has these powers if anyone else did in her family. And the people in this town are sketchy. So things are definitely going on. It was really interesting. I'm excited to read the next book. I don't have it, but I'll need to get it soon. Then I read My Vampire Plus One. I rated this one 4 stars. I like this one a little less than the first book, which was My Roommate's a Vampire. This one follows Reggie, which I love Reggie, and Amelia. She was in the first book. She is Cassie's best friend's sister. Yeah. And this one was good. They decide to start fake dating because Amelia needs to bring someone to her cousin's wedding because her family keeps asking her, hey, when are you gonna get in a relationship? When are you getting in a relationship, girl? And she's like, oh my gosh, I literally need you guys to stop. So she lied about having a boyfriend. And then she ran into Reggie one night and she's like, hey, can you do me a favor actually? Can you be my boyfriend? Fake boyfriend. Girl, be serious. And yeah, it was really good. It was super funny. I like the series. It's quick, fun, easy. It's like romance with a little bit of something extra. Then I read The Shadows Between Us, which I really liked this. This was very quick, funny. The characters were crazy in a cool way. The main girl, she wants to woo the Shadow King, marry him, and then kill him. She's like, you know, I just want to be a queen. You know, simple as that. Just wanna take him out. It's super funny. She is super smart. I really like her. It was very interesting. I rated it 4.5. I'm very excited to continue this series. She's super cool. So it's kind of following her as she tries to win the king's heart and take over the kingdom, but she finds out some things that are gonna put a damper on her plan. I would recommend reading it. I think it was pretty good. Then I read The Crescent Moon Tearoom. Absolutely loved it with my whole entire soul. This is a new 6-star read for me. This was absolutely amazing. Loved it with my whole heart and soul. It follows 3 redheaded triplets who are witches, and they run a tea room where they like read tea leaves and tell people like things about their future. And then one day the council decides to meet with them and wants them to help these 3 older witches who are about to pass on. Each witch needs to complete some sort of task before they pass on, or their spirits will kind of just float on in an abyss and they won't go to the afterlife, and it's a whole thing. Okay, so they need to help these witches find their meaning, their purpose, so they can do that, so then their spirits can go rest. And they figure out that there's some kind of curse or some kind of foretelling that the 3 of them are going to be separated, and they're like, no, I don't want that. So they're kind of trying to work against that while still trying to run the tea shop and figure out these people's true meanings. It's crazy and it's so good. So much is happening. It just has like that magical feeling, like, oh, it's just so good. Like, this is one of the best books I've ever read. I say that wholeheartedly. It was just so good. A little cozy fantasy, but it actually has high stakes. Then I read The Red in the Hollow Library and I loved it. I loved it. I'd say that this is like an urban fantasy, which I usually don't like, but it's like the second book that I've read this month. And I really liked it. It was very interesting. Our main girl is a master thief and she gets sent into this person's mansion and into their library. It's like regular world, except monsters invaded years ago, so now they like exist with humans. Come to find out it's a monster's mansion. She's like, oh girl, I'm done. Because there's a monster in human tree where you're not supposed to like commit crimes against each other, or like the monster can take you out. Like, they have the right. But instead of taking her out, he's like, you're pretty good actually. I don't know how you got in here. Like, can you do a job for me? And she's like, how much you trying to pay? Yeah, it was super good. I really liked it. I'm excited for the next book. I liked the characters. The story was good. Very action-packed. Went by really fast. Couldn't put it down. Rated that one 4.75. Pretty good. Then I read Morbidly Yours. I liked this. This follows Callum, who runs a funeral home, and Lark moves in next door. And at first she thinks it's an inn next door, and she goes over there and sees body bags, and she's like, oh my gosh, I moved in next to a killer. And then he's like, this is a funeral home. And she's like, ah, my bad. And she has some things that she's kind of running away from, doesn't want to talk about. And he has a deadline that he needs to get married in 8 months, or the funeral will no longer be his, because in his grandfather's will, he said that he had to get married to keep it. So she's like, I'll find you a wife. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Girl. Be there yet. Obviously feelings are blooming. It's good. I rated it 4.25. Really liked it. Then I read Watch Me by Tahara Mafi, and I rated it 4 stars. I love the characters. I was very excited to see Warner and Julia and Kenji. Loved seeing them. And it was cool to read James' perspective now that he's older. He's very much like his brother when it comes to longing for the wrong women. He's following in the footsteps, I will say. I liked it. James goes to the last refuge of the reestablishment to try to infiltrate. He ends up getting taken by them, of course. And Rosabelle gets sent to take him out. Things start going down. This last refuge, they are crazy. Like the things they do, like I kind of forgot that the people in this world like have powers. So the main guy of like the refuge, he be crazy. The things he's doing, I'm interested to see what happens in the next book. Also, this one was pretty short. Girl, you need to put out the next book. This is gonna be like another 8-book series, and it's gonna take 8 years for me to get through it because 1 book a year, oh my god, I'm gonna crash out. It's good because you know the characters and because you know all of the backstory and all the lore, if you will. Then I read One for My Enemy, which I just read that in a video that I posted, so if you want to go watch that. Did a big deep dive in my thoughts, but I rated it 4 stars. It's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but it follows 2 mob families that are witches in New York. Okay, it was very crazy. So much was going on at the same time. It was quite crazy. Maybe a little too much at times. I think some things could have been cut, I will say. It was interesting. I'm glad I read it. Don't know if I'd recommend it because I feel like I liked it, but there were so many things that I think could have been tweaked that maybe I didn't like it as much as I think. I don't know. Then I read A Song to Drown Rivers, 6 stars. Yeah, this book is absolutely amazing, heartbreaking, romantic. It's just like the ending was insanity. Like I'm literally sitting there, jaw on the ground. I'm thinking about it 2 days later, tearing up, like insane. Follows our main girl, who is the prettiest girl in the village, and the general to the king comes one day and asks if she'd be interested in infiltrating the evil rivaling kingdom and being their spy and kind of getting the king to court her so she can feed them intel and they can take over. And of course she does it. Of course, because who wouldn't? And I love her. She's so smart. And the ending was unimaginable. And it was just crazy. I've never read anything like this, I swear. I'd never read anything like this. Beautiful, amazing, perfect, wouldn't change a thing, extraordinary. It's based on Chinese mythology, and it's a story of survival and sacrifice and forbidden love, and the characters are so complex. It's just perfect and amazing. Go read it. Go read it. Then I read Sleep Like Death, and I rated this one 2 stars. I did not like this. It felt very messy. The characters' relationships did not feel developed at all. It was kind of just like, oh hey, we actually have feelings for each other. And it's like, hey, when that happened? Because I didn't feel it at all. The writing felt very juvenile, which I've read other books by this author, and this Poison Heart is by the same author, and I didn't feel that way as much as I did in this book. It was just very prominent. It's supposed to be a Snow White retelling, but it's like very different from Snow White. I don't know if there's another alternate Snow White that I don't know about, but it's not giving it. And I just didn't enjoy it. I just think that this author maybe is a little hit or miss for me. I didn't love Cinderella is Dead by the same author, so maybe just Disney retellings by this author. Then I read At the End There Was You. This is a book about a priestess who is sent to work with a mage to figure out how to stop the world from ending. I believe it follows like the week before the world is supposed to end. Of course, love begins to bloom. It was a really quick read. It was cute. It was a little sad, but it was good. I rated At the End There Was You 4 stars. And then I read Such a Fun Age. I rated 3.5. This follows 2 women, a mother and then her nanny. It switches between the POVs, and the mother has a weird obsession and fascination with her nanny, constantly seeking approval, constantly trying to figure out more about her life. She's a freak and I don't like her. And she just had very much victim complex throughout the whole story. Her nanny one night has to take the daughter to the grocery store because there's some kind of family something going on at the house, and she decides to take her to the grocery store just to kill time. And the people in the grocery store think that the nanny, who is a black woman, has kidnapped the child because they're in a rich white neighborhood, so they're like being horrible to her. And a man records it, and then he comes up to her afterwards and she's like, get rid of that, delete it, like please delete that. I don't want that going out anywhere. And he says that he did. And it talks a lot about class and people's perspective of wealth and what it means to be woke. I thought it was worth the read. Then I read Witchfish, which I rated 3.5. It's about a witch who moves to Colorado. She wants to move, get away, and she had just ended things recently with her ex who was a werewolf. She's a witch. She decides to open up a cafe slash apothecary, and she happens to be next door to a like sports equipment store run by a werewolf. Everyone kind of seems like they don't want her in this town, and she's like, y'all ain't going anywhere. A bunch of tourists start going missing, so a vampire comes and is investigating it, and he's like, hey, everyone thinks that it's you, so is it cool if I stick around, check out what you're doing? And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing it. Yeah, it was crazy. A little bit of mystery, some romance. It was cool, it was cute, it was fast. Kind of got me out of a slump, so hey, if you need that. Then I read The Razor's Edge. I read this, 2.5 stars. The author kind of inserted himself into the story. I don't know, it felt kind of weird, but it also follows a man who comes back from the war changed and is trying to figure out what to do with his life. I don't know, it's just something that I just am not fully interested in. And then I read The Female Persuasion, which I didn't like. I rated it 2-star. I just don't think that this author's for me. The book was very long and had a lot of boring moments, and I feel like it dragged and it wasn't really adding any new fresh topics, so I didn't love that. Wild as a Witch, rated that 2.5 stars. Didn't love this one as well. I don't have these books because I've gotten rid of them. I didn't love that one as well. It just wasn't interesting to me. It felt very juvenile, didn't care for the characters, kind of just bored. This Side of Paradise, rated 3 stars. Didn't like it as much as The Great Gatsby. Don't have much to say about that. And then There Were None. I rated this 3.25. I liked it better than other Agatha Christie books that I've read, but I didn't love it. I just don't think that I like her books all that much, which is a very unpopular opinion, but I don't think murder mystery is really for me. I mean, it was interesting. I'd say this one is the most interesting one, but again, I just don't think it's really for me. And the rest of the books I read for school. So those are all the ones I'm going to go over. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and find me on other socials. Thank you so much for watching.